Rangers arrived at Hampden yesterday in hopes to gain some serious momentum with a huge win over their old firm rivals. However, things didn't go our way. Poor refereeing decisions and defensive mistakes led to a disappointing 3-1 defeat, knocking Rangers out of the Premier Sports Cup. Both club captain James Tavernier and new boss Danny Rohl have voiced their frustrations after the humiliating loss, comments that have divided the fan base. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. But first, Rangers supporters were left stunned after Ysef Shamiti's shocking miss during the Scottish Cup semi-final clash against Celtic. A moment that summed up the striker's underwhelming spell at Ibrox so far. Signed from Everton in the summer for a hefty £10 million, Shamiti arrived in Glasgow with plenty of expectation. The 21-year-old Portuguese forward was tipped to become one of Rangers' key players, a marquee signing to lead Rangers' attack. However, things haven't gone to plan. Going into the Celtic showdown, Shamiti had managed just 1 goal in 10 appearances across all competitions, a record that has only deepened the frustration among the Ibrox faithful. Even amid his struggles, Danny Rohl had offered a glimmer of encouragement in the build-up to the Old Firm clash, praising the young striker for signs of progress following Rangers' 1-0 victory over Hibernians. But any goodwill seemed to evaporate when Shamiti missed a sitter at Hampden Park, firing wide from inside the box when completely unmarked. A moment that left Rangers fans fuming. Chris Sutton had predicted a goalless draw between the two fierce rivals, but that forecast was quickly shattered when Johnny Kenny fired Celtic ahead. The goal came directly after Shamiti's glaring miss, a chance that could have swung momentum in Rangers' favour. Instead, it became the talking point of the match for all the wrong reasons. Supporters took to social media to vent their frustration. One fan wrote on X, "Couldn't hit the broadside of a battleship if he was duct taped to it." Another added, "That's being very generous. Missed the target from 6 yards out would be more appropriate." Others were even more scathing, with one saying, "For £10 million he should be finishing that," while another fumed, "That's a miss that warrants an instant sub. Get Suter up front over that useless waste of space." Another summed it up bluntly, "He has to score that, we won't get a better chance this game," while a sixth fan simply called the miss absolutely honking. Shamiti isn't the only Rangers striker struggling to find form. Bojan Miovski, brought in during the summer, was also expected to provide goals and competition up front. With 44 goals in 98 appearances for the Dons, the North Macedonian seemed a smart addition. Yet, he too has endured a slow start at Ibrox, netting only twice in 11 games so far. Even so, Miovski might feel hard done by to have started the Celtic clash on the bench. His record against the Hoops, 3 goals in 8 matches, suggests he could have been a more natural fit for the occasion. And given Shamiti's costly miss, many supporters are now wondering whether Miovski might have done what the Portuguese forward couldn't: keep his composure and finish. As Rangers reflect on what might have been, the scrutiny on their attacking options only grows. For Shamiti, the challenge now is to prove that his Hampden nightmare was an exception, not a reflection of his £10 million tag. Now, both Tavernier and Rohl were seen visibly frustrated after yesterday's loss to Celtic. Let's have a watch at what they had to say.
James, a lot of energy exerted, a lot of hard work, but ultimately you lose the game by 3-1. What's your take on it?
Yeah, we obviously put a lot of effort into the game. Going 10 men, we knew that we'd have to dig deep. Even coming in at half-time, we felt that we could really get ourselves back into the game. We tried to limit as much chances as possible. Then we obviously get the penalty, get ourselves back into the game, and then we rode the waves of the attack towards the end of the normal time. Then in extra time, we believed in ourselves that we could, push on and win the game. But, we just lacked that clinical edge in both boxes today. We created some really good chances, and and we weren't clinical enough, and probably a little bit more. Need to be a little bit more streetwise as well. I think Gasser gets himself through into the box or just outside the box. He gets touched. If he goes down, then it's 10 versus 10. But no excuses. We fell short. But the positives that came out is that we obviously tried to work really hard, but we came short. We obviously wanted to get into a final.
Come back to the first half, there was two major incidents, two red card incidents. One was a red card for your player, Taylor Asgard, and a potential red card, or you certainly questioned Austin Trusty's challenge on Jack Butland. What did the referee say to you, or what communication did you have with him?
Yeah, well, he's obviously said with Telos, it's the force of how he's gone into the challenge. He's not really seen Russell come for the ball. He's just gone for the ball. But the thing is, with Jack's diving on the floor, he's already got the ball and he gets kicked in the head. No matter what intent is, it's still intent, and you can't kick a goalkeeper in the head. So you'd expect the same level of approach. And then obviously further into the game, Dio gets kicked in the stomach area, just where you'd say the same place, and nothing's done. So no excuses. That's no excuses. We have to, as a team, be more clinical in that game.
Is that frustrating, though, that there's big moments and fine margins in a game like this and you fall on the wrong side of them?
It's obviously disappointing, but it's up to us to react to them moments. Things are going to get thrown at us. Nothing's always going to go your way, so it's down to us to react. I thought we reacted quite well, but like I said, it's the small margins in these big games where it's the details what you have to be really good at.
James, thanks very much for your time. Commiserations. Thank you. Danny, your first taste of the Old Firm, there's an awful lot to dissect there. What's your take on it?
Yeah, of course we are disappointed today with this defeat. I must say what I like was the spirit after the red card for my team. They really fight until the end, put a lot of effort in. We had some good opportunities to make again an equalizer. But yeah, it was then a lot of defense work to do. Today we couldn't get the win. It's disappointing for us, but I will take the spirit from the group when I see in the last 10 days what they put into, and even 1 man down to carry on. I think second half we played brave football in pressing, but also in the moments where we had hurt them really.
The red card incident in the first half, have you managed to have a look at it, and what's your take on it?
Yeah, I have to look it back. I think it's a decision from the ref. I think it's not my part to discussion this. If it's a red card, then it's a red card. I don't know yet. It's of course it's a long time in such a cup game when you go again with 10 men, 60 minutes and the extra time. I think we worked really hard to come back in this game, make then I think deserve the equalizer, and then at the end it looks 3-1.
So when you go down to 10 players, your team can go one of two ways. They can either stand up and fight, or they can roll over. And I think your team showed a lot of character, particularly from 10 minutes, from the sending off till the end of the game.
Yeah, we changed in the halftime. I put, if you want more attacker players on, we played in a 4-3-2 because I want to have pressure on the ball with 2 guys in front, and then it was clear for me with this defense guys and the high line we will get opportunities. I think during the second half we had good moments in this direction, and then of course in the extra time a lot of running, and it was then what they did well. They kept in the ball a bit more in the right areas, and it was sometimes tough, but yeah.
But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.